Today we are going to talk about drawing angles that are in radian measure in standard position. Okay, so I am going to be using unit circles, and what I mean by unit circles is the radius is 1, but actually the angle measure is what we're talking about, how far around the circle that we're going, and you could use any radius, but as we get into our trig functions, we're going to be using something called the unit circle. Again, that means the radius is 1 over and over, and so I just figure I'd like to get you comfortable with it. Okay, just like standard position for degree measure, 0 starts in the positive x-axis. Okay, and positive angles go counterclockwise, and negative angles go clockwise. Okay, important to know, one whole circle is 2 pi radians. We talked about this last time, okay? And that's related to our circumference of the circle that we're going around 2 pi radians. Okay, so if this entire circle is 2 pi radians, that means this is 0 radians, and it's also 2 pi radians. Okay? And if this whole circle is 2 pi, then half of the circle is pi radians. And if you think about that conversion factor that we had when we were converting degrees to radians and radians to degrees, we talked about how 180 degrees was equal to pi radians. Okay, so half of a circle is pi radians. In standard form, we're going from the positive x-axis and we're going around half of our circle to get to pi. So if that is pi radians, then half of that is pi over 2 radians. And similarly, if this is pi over 2, this is 2 pi over 2's. 2 pi over 2 is equal to pi. Then this is 3 pi over 2. Okay, and again, if we counted 4 pi over 2's, 4 pi over 2 divided by 2, or 4 pi divided by 2 would be our 2 pi. Okay, so what you want to get comfortable with and what you want to memorize is that this is 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. Okay, let's move on to the next one. You'll notice that these are divided up a little more. These, I think sometimes the axis throws people off, but if we look at the top, okay, we'll see that the top half of the circle is broken into 3 even pieces. 1 even piece here, 1 even piece here, 1 even piece here. Okay, so again, if this is 0 and this is pi, this is 1/3 of the way to pi. So it's pi over 3. And then if we're moving another third of the way over, we're at 2 pi over 3. Okay, here, this would be 3 pi over 3. But notice 3 pi over 3 is just pi. Okay, so we would just write the pi. Then we are moving another third. So this is going to be, if this was 3 pi over 3, this is 4 pi over 3. Our axis is not a third, right? It's a half. So we're skipping our axis. This is going to be 5 pi over 3. And we're back to 6 pi over 3. And see how that is 2 pi? Okay, so hopefully that's making a little sense to you. If it's not, please come and talk to me, or there are a lot of videos online about the unit circle, how it's broken up in radian measure, and I'm sure you could find something helpful there as well. Okay, our next one. This time, hopefully you can see that we've broken the top half, right? Maybe this will be helpful. We've broken the top half which is pi units, or pi radians, into 4 equal pieces. So this is pi over 4. This is 2 pi over 4 pieces, right? 1, 2, which we can see is pi over 2, the same as above. So then this is 3 pi over 4, and this is 4 pi over 4, which is equal to pi. Okay, and we can continue around. I'm hoping I don't have to draw in the segments, but hopefully you can see that this is 5 pi over 4. This is going to be 6 pi over 4, which is equal to 3 pi over 2. This is 7 pi over 4. And this is 8 pi over, this was 0, and it's also 8 pi over 4, which we can see is 2 pi. Our next one. So hopefully you can see that our top half was broken into 6 equal pieces. So if this is 0 and this is pi radians, so 0 radians and pi radians, this is pi divided by 6. This is 2 pi divided by 6, which is pi over 3. Okay, really quickly, if you compare to above, you'll see that those pi over 3 radians are in the same position. Okay, and think about it. 2/6 is equal to 1/3, so that's why we have pi over 3. Okay, I'm not going to do the reducing, but hopefully you can see that this is pi over 2. This is going to be 4 pi over 6, which is 2 pi over 3. This is going to be 5 pi over 6. And this would be 6 pi over 6, which simplifies to pi. So let's see if we can go through the next ones. This is another 1/6 of pi, so this is 7 pi over 6. This would be 8 pi over 6, which is 4 pi over 3. This is 9 pi over, 6, 7, 8, 9 pi over 6. I got confused about what my denominator was because of the 3. So 9 pi over 6, which would be 3 pi over 2. We're on sixths, so this would be 10 pi over 6, which would be 5 pi over 3. This would be 11 pi over 6, and would be back at 12 pi over 6, which is 2 pi. Okay, these numbers are going to be really important. 0, pi over 6, pi over 3, pi over 2. And there's going to be a pi over 4 in the middle. Okay, but hopefully seeing how I got these numbers will help you when you get to the unit circle. Because what I would like you to do is build out your unit circle. Okay, with both degrees and, sorry, this is hard to, I should have done my picture a little bit smaller, but we'll work in the first quadrant. Okay, so I am going to put, this is 0 degrees and 0 radians. This is 30 degrees. Okay, it's 1/6 of the 180. And it's also pi over 6 because it's 1/6 of the pi piece. Remember, pi is only half a circle. I think people get really confused because they think when they first learn fractions and pi as a whole, they're thinking of how many pieces of the whole pie did you get? This is different. We're talking about pi, not PIE. Okay, so pi here is half the circle. Next, we have 45 degrees and pi over 4. Then we have 60 degrees. Okay, again, a third of the 180 degrees, or a third of our pi radians. Okay, and then this is 90 degrees and pi over 2 radians. Okay, so what I would like you to do is complete all of these tick marks, okay, for your entire unit circle. And if you are not confident that you have it correct, I would like you to look up degree and radian measure on the unit circle, okay, and check your answers there.